Well, I got this really cool table today. I think you're gonna like it, but it's got a problem, so let's fix it. I bought this table at a secondhand store for like $10 because it had a problem. And here's the problem. Somebody sat on this folding leaf. See, the leaf folds just like this. And it's got another one on the other side, and this is what it's supposed to look like. See this little slot here? A piece of hardwood comes out like that and keeps the leaf of the table from falling down. And then that slides back in when you want to fold it. Problem is, somebody got a little exuberant and they tore this up. Look at that. It is just a mess. Now I can't just push this down and re-screw it in because, you know, it's just not going to work like that. It's the particle board here on the table that the table's made out of is just trashed. Now, I suppose I could epoxy that back in there, flatten this thing back out and screw it back in, but I don't think it'd ever be quite as strong as it needs to be, so I think I'm just going to move it over here and see how that works. When somebody's rounded this one off, we're going to have to figure out how to get into that. Well, let's make a new slot in this so we can get a flat screwdriver in there. Let's do that. And now to straighten this little bad boy out, take a hammer and beat on it till it's flat again. There we go. Nice and flat. There's just one problem. The other one's got another piece like this on each end, so I'm missing a piece, so we're going to have to adjust. Okay, we know this side here, this end of the bracket, takes the most stress. So, because this was the one that was here and it just ripped out, and that's where the pressure from the table, the folding leaf, comes. So if we put it right next to this one like that, so it won't run into the other one, and get into some new wood, and perhaps I can fashion something back here to hold the back end of that stick in place, and it should work, should do the job. Yeah, I got another stick here. Right now, I know this is probably hardwood over here, and this is not. This is a soft wood, just white wood leftovers from another project, so I don't know if it'll be strong enough, but it should work for what I'm doing. It's just an inexpensive table. It's not like a work of art that you're gonna keep for the grandkids or anything, so let me trim this down to size. I'll make it the same size as this, and then we'll make some bracketry of some sort to hold it together. Okay, we can see how that's going to slide just fine in there, and that'll hold this table up. So now let's see what we got to do back here to hold the back up. I suppose if I take this stick and I make a little box out of it and glue it right in place, I basically need one of these on each side and then a piece on the top here. I should probably cut that down just a little bit, but not a whole lot. So let me make a mark, and as long as I leave the mark, it should slide smoothly. We'll set the table right there. As long as I leave that mark, and I don't cut that mark off, then this stick will slide nicely inside. And I'll use this same width, so it's plenty wide to fit in between. That stick will slide right through here, and I just need to make a cap for it. Okay, so I got to take these two, I got to make them here, make them just slightly wider than that, so we're looking at 2.5 inches. If I make this 2.5 inches, if I make this thing 2.5 inches wide, well then it'll be just right. Okay, first thing you always do in a thing like this is you do a dry fit. You see just exactly how that's going to work. So I just got to pre-drill some holes in this so it doesn't split out when I screw the pieces together, and then we'll glue it down to the table. I'm going to put just a little bit of construction adhesive on here. If I had regular wood glue, I'd probably use that, but this is what I've got in the shop right now. This is some wicked tough glue. I use it to hold beams together, and that'll, see, now that's going to slide just fine right through there. Now, you know, this is pretty rough looking. It's not that awesome. It's a little crooked. It's not exactly straight, but you know what? That's okay, because I am not building something that's heirloom quality here. This is just a cheap table I bought, and I'm trying to make it work. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so now I get it in place where I want it. It's got to go right here. I'm going to glue this down to the table. I'm just going to put some construction adhesive under it and then put a weight on it and let it dry. And then this slide will fit right in it, just like that. And then I'll be able to get some screws to hold this in place, and we'll be all in good shape. And here we are with the finished product on the final day. Look at that. It slides right out like that. It'll hold it nicely. Looks good. Well, let's see how it looks standing up. Look at that. That is sweet. Not bad for a $10 table and a $2 fix. Now to go put it in the house where it belongs. And there we have it. It's the table. It's now my desk in my microscopic editing office here at my studio. Not bad for $10, I don't think.